My name is Zara, and my family runs a company called Yolo Family Vans. Right now, we are building expedition vehicles to help people travel all over the world. We are currently in the Northwest Overlanding Rally in Washington, USA. I will show you what we have in our very first van, LL. Right now, we are inside the van. This van is made to seat 2 people. As you can see, there are 2 seats in the front. And up here in the plexiglass, we made sure it was transparent so you can always see everything that's inside it. For example, you're missing something, let's say a hat, and it's all the way in the back. If this transparent glass was not transparent, you wouldn't be able to really see where it was, so you'd be like digging up in the front. But one of the things we found in van lifing is you want to make sure everything's accessible and you can see it. So with this transparent glass, you can see underneath where everything is, so you can always grab and know where to get it from. I'm going to show you all about this shower right here. We made sure that it was really big, so you have more space to just move around and be comfortable while you're showering. One good thing that the shower has, it is a recirculating shower, meaning that you can keep reusing your water that you're showering with to make a longer, warmer shower. When I went on my trip, we would limit ourselves to like maybe 2 minutes and very limited on the amount of water we can use because we didn't have a recirculating shower. So we'd be like showering in cold water sometimes because we wouldn't have a heater to heat it up. And it's really quick, really fast, and you just get out, not really enjoying what you've really cleaning yourselves with. And we would have a composting toilet over here, down in the bottom. We made sure it was the number 1 and 2 were separated because when you have it like mixed together, it's really gross when you're trying to dump it out. So also, the number 1 gets filled up right away, so you don't have to worry about number 2. You can just dump out number 1 really fast. So now we're going to move on to our diesel cooktop. So we made sure this cooktop runs on diesel, not propane, because during our trip, when we'd use propane, it's really hard to find and refill propane tanks. Everywhere in the world, they would have different adapters, and sometimes they wouldn't allow, even if you have like an adapter that would convert one place's propane to another place's, they wouldn't allow that. So it was really hard to fill up propane. So we are trying to run as much as we can here that we need to run with propane on diesel. I believe that diesel is really easy to get, so this stove runs on diesel, really easy to get. Over here, up in the roof, we have our AC. We made sure that it was somewhat in the middle of the van, so almost everywhere in the van, you can access the fresh air that it gives. Over here, we have a microwave, we have a fridge, and on the other side, we have our sink. We made sure the sink was pretty big so we can do our dishes, because you wouldn't really want to have a dishwasher inside your van. So you want to have a lot of space to put all your dishes and have a lot of space to just move stuff around inside. Over here we have like a living room area. We would sit inside here for like rainy days or hurricanes. Like we went to multiple places and there were like big storms going on, and we'd be stuck inside the van all day for like multiple days actually. And sometimes it gets really squished inside. So we made sure that we had like an open lounge area where you can just sit and hang around. Obviously a van needs to have beds, so our beds go down from this bunk elevator. It's an electric bed lift system that brings the beds up and down. Yeah. There are 2 beds, so it can sleep maximum 4 people, maybe 5 if you want to squish it. But usually my brother and I would sleep in the top and my parents would sleep in the bottom. Over here we have a bike rack system. It's controlled by this little button here that's supposed to bring the bike racks up and down, and it's electric. I have this piece over here that's supposed to keep a little gap in between the doors so I can stick my arm through and press that button to bring the bike racks up and down. Let me show you how to use it. You put it through this little hook here. Keep it like that. Close the door. Now the little button is inside, and you can just bring the bike rack up and down like this. It can go very low so you can easily access your bikes to load them on and off. Now I'm going to bring it back up. Right now we are on the roof, and I'm going to show you our special solar panel called Directional Daylight. We call it directional daylight because it follows wherever the sun is and it can tilt 4 ways. Let me show you one way it can go. This is one way, so if the sun is like, let's say over there, the solar panel is collecting all the energy from the sun. And if the sun ever does move back to where it's going to set, we can always move it back the other way. So it maximizes the solar power you can get all day. I'm going to show you another way that this solar panel can tilt. So, as you can see, the solar panel also tilts in another direction. As I said, it tilts 4 ways. The reason why we want to make the solar panel tilt in 4 directions is because we would always prioritize our parking towards the view. We wouldn't want to park towards wherever the sun is so we can get more solar power. We would always want to see whatever view we want to see because that's what we traveled for. And just a fun fact, my brother, who is 10 years old, has a patent on the solar panel with my dad. He helped my dad actually design this whole solar panel. Right now, I'm going to show you our custom roof racks made by my dad. They have little bars in the middle that are adjustable so you can fit whatever box or solar panel you want. By the way, our directional daylight solar panels fit perfectly on this roof rack. One extra thing that my dad made sure he added on are these little handlebars on our roof rack. Right here. They're really helpful for when you want me or anyone to climb up into the car and cut whatever branches are in the way when we're driving in off-roading roads. It is probably one of the most helpful things in this roof rack. Right now, I'm going to tell you about our electromagnets inside our car that hold all our drawers together while they're driving. So inside our drawers, we have a lot of little heavy items. So when you take a big turn, they might just spill open when you're just turning. So that's why my dad added electromagnets to keep the doors and drawers all closed while you're driving, so everything's all safely inside. And pro tip, never use glass inside your drawers, because when you're driving, everything just shakes around and it could crack. Right now, I'm going to show you how to turn on these electric magnets. All you have to do is turn on the engine of the car. And now the magnets are on. Now you're ready to go on whatever road trip you want to go on. Right now, I'm going to show you how we install all our screws and fasteners inside our car. So over here is a comparison of how we install all our screws and fasteners, with Loctite by the way, compared to what other people might do. As you can see, this plate is 1 week old, and some of the screws here are starting to rust. And you wouldn't really want this rust just open and bare inside your car. Even though they might hide it, it's not really the best quality. We make sure that all your screws and fasteners last as long as possible, so when you're on your long trips, you don't have to worry about anything during your trip. Everything's going to be all tight and secure. I just want to say thank you to Waypoint Overland for making this video. I also want to say another thank you to everybody who is watching this video. You're the ones that actually make us go on these trips, and we love to hear more stories from everyone else. We hope that this video inspires others like you to go on trips too. If I can do it, I'm sure you can too.